Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I was getting ready to go to sleep. I'm recording this episode at 2:50 a.m. on the dot. Alright, and nah, man, it's definitely one. Is it on the dot or on the clock? I don't know, and I don't care. I'm tired, and I'm like I should be asleep right now. But anyways, but no, overall though, I wanted to talk on this news that I just seen with Skull and Bones that Ubisoft canceled the land combat update that was supposed to come out for that game a long time ago. I thought it was like last year when they added that, because I know I had took some time away from playing that game. And then with the one video game Windrose coming out, I was like, oh well, let me see the land combat, because I'm like, I feel like that's something that we should have seen. We've seen this stuff with the crew, we've seen this stuff with the Division 2, or the Crew Motorfest, I should say, not the very first crew game, but the last crew game that they came out with. But they came out with that third person mode in Avatar, so they definitely should have came out with the land combat update, right? They canceled it because they wanted to improve the naval combat. And I'm thinking to myself, when I look at all of the different games that Ubisoft has put out over the years since Rainbow Six Siege, because Rainbow Six Siege seems like that's the video game that really elevated Ubisoft into the company that it is today. Now, Ubisoft was already a decent company. You guys had good games underneath your belt, but when you came out with Rainbow Six Siege, it made you the popular kid. It made you that kid that, like, people, they know of you, but they don't, I don't know, like, I feel like it might be disrespectful to say it, but it's like they don't really, I guess, care for your existence, because you're not doing anything worth, like, I guess, investing in. You're not coming out with games worth playing. I mean, because my thing is this: when you look at all the different video games that Ubisoft has came out with, you would think that these would be some of the best video games of all time. Let's just talk on Avatar. Let's just talk on that game, right? So when they announced that the Avatar video game was going to be coming out, I was happy about it, because I never did get a chance to play the Avatar game that came out years ago. Although I do have it. I just recently bought it at this. Where is that? Yeah, well, I'm not gonna name drop this store, but it's the retro game store that I be shopping at. They had the Avatar game in there, so but yeah, I never did get a chance of playing it. I think I seen some videos on it and stuff, but other than that, never played it. But I do remember the videos that I seen on it, and I'm like, yeah, that might not be all that good. I'm like, I think they should have maybe held off on that game. You would think a game or a movie that made over $1 billion, they come out with a video game like that should be some of the best gaming in the world and stuff. But no, anyways, Ubisoft decided to well, did they come out with the first one? Hold on for a second, because I do have it right here and stuff. I can't remember if they did come out with the first one. I don't think they did. Hold on for a second. They did come out with the first one. Wow, I did not know that. I think if I would have seen that, I probably wouldn't have bought that game. But they did come out with the first one. That wasn't so good. Fast forward some years back, they came out with the newer version. Better, but still, it's a game from Ubisoft. So we can't really look into this game and think it's some of the best gaming that we're going to see. Now, I will say that when they come out with those videos where they show like one of the developers playing the game, oh yeah, they make the game look like a masterpiece. They make the game look like it's some of the greatest. But that's the thing. Hold on for a second. Let's just see if there's any videos of James Cameron playing Avatar video game. Let's just see, or even just none. There's nothing yeah, it's just him doing some like guest appearance things. But other than that, yeah, it just, because it's one, there's like 2 years ago he was at some like Ubisoft Forward thing. But other than that, yeah, there ain't no videos of him playing the video game and stuff. So, and he literally created the Avatar franchise. Like, I mean, they got a whole park themed after Avatar. And I'm saying, I feel like he's probably done went to that park Of course, he don't watch the movies, but you don't see nothing regarding the video game in James Cameron. And I genuinely believe that if James Cameron would have known what was going on with the video, maybe he might not be a gamer. Maybe it's just one of those things where he's all like, okay, Disney is like, hey, we got, a company that's willing to make a video game of Avatar. Do you want to sign off on it? Like, it's putting money in your pocket. I think that's all that really matters. But at the end of my thing is this. I guess me being a gamer and I came out with a movie where they wanted to make a video game off of it, I'm like, send me a copy because I am going to play it. I'm going to review it. I'm going to be talking about it. I'm going to let people know right now, if that game isn't good, just watch the movies. Okay, I'm like, watch the movies, do TV. My thing is this. If that was the case where a company, I made a movie or a TV show and they made a video game after it and the game wasn't all that good, I would tell people, do not play this game. Just wait for me to come out with more episodes or more movies or something, or I'll even do some content on my own to have it, or fund a company that is willing to come out with a good video game. But with me, I'm like, man, being a gamer for as long as I have been, I'm like, I couldn't allow somebody to do that to something that I created. I couldn't allow somebody to come out with a video game and then they just bomb it. And so that's why I'm like, nah, bro, you could tell that James Cameron don't be paying attention to the video games. Because my thing is this, when playing the video games, it just doesn't come off as a game worth playing. Like, like, don't get me wrong, like, you play it the first few times and you're like, wow, but when you look at a lot of the other different games that exist in the world, I guess, like, if you're really into Avatar, and I'm like, man, I love the movies. Like, I will watch the movies day and night, but that's the thing. I don't get that feeling of when how I am when I'm watching a movie. I'm like, I feel like that I'm playing a game and being a test monkey for Ubisoft and just seeing if the game works. Because when I played the game, I'm like, something just seems off. Like, this don't seem like how I am when I'm watching a movie. When I'm watching a movie, I'm locked in. But when I'm playing the video game, I'm like, bro, this ain't it. Like, something just seems off with this. But it just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel good, I guess, playing this game. But let's move on. The one game that I have been talking on a lot recently, The Division 2. Now, that's the one game I will say from Ubisoft that I have been playing a lot. I played a lot of The Division 1 and 2. And I will say that at one point in time, The Division 1, I will say that will probably be Ubisoft some of their best work, if not their best work. But again, they seen how much money that Rainbow Six Siege was making. So I think that their whole philosophy is, we got to come out with a video game that can beat Rainbow Six Siege. And I'm like, fam, you need to understand that the only people that can beat Rainbow Six Siege is you guys by shutting that game down and focusing on another game. That's the only way for that game to be beat. But by you guys coming out with other video games, you don't take the time to focus on those games because you guys are so caught up focused on Rainbow Six Siege. That's why your guys' games aren't good. When you look at the games that you guys was coming out with back in the day versus the games that you guys is coming out with now, fam, night and day with them, with the, like, I guess, series of video games. But yeah, it's like overall though, with the Division 2, having it where you guys had this game, like, I will say, comparing it to the one video game, Destiny 2, because I know with Destiny 2, they were on their whole stuff where they was like, let's make the game free, take out all the original content, and force people to buy DLCs in order to play Destiny 2. Yeah, that was a scam. But Ubisoft, which you guys did, you decided for some odd reason, and not one single person asked for it, to add a season pass into this game. Who asked for a season pass, Ubisoft? That's what I would like to know. Why did you think it would be a good idea to add a season pass into that game? Because that just ruined the whole looting system. Now it's like that in order to get good loot in that game, you have to invest in the season pass. Because they do have the exotic cash boxes and all the other different cash boxes for armor and weapons and all that stuff. But if you're trying to get like good stuff, they have it where there's one mode that you can play and then the season pass that you can subscribe to. Do you honestly think that after buying the game, because I've only subscribed to the season pass once and I didn't even get through it the whole way, so you would think that, okay, Maybe if it was on some stuff where if you subscribe to the season pass, hey, if you're not able to complete it because we know that there are a lot of different people or there's a lot of different video games that people are playing and things, we'll just give you the stuff afterwards, but you have to play this season or play it for a certain amount of time and things. So maybe if they had it set up where it's like, yeah, just, play it for 2 or 3 hours or something like that. Obviously I want to like grind, but they should have it set up where it's like, okay, you might not, if you play it and get through the whole season pass, on top of that, you'll get some, bonus things. But if not, then you'll just get whatever it is that you subscribe to for the season pass. But don't you kind of feel that a little, I guess, like for somebody that's not really a gamer, do you kind of feel that that's a little bit, scammy and things? You go and buy a season pass, but you have to play the game pretty much up until the season ends. But then let's say that you're playing all these other different games, you're not able to get to this game or something, you get caught up in some stuff where you can't even play video games at the moment, and let's say you are dedicating your time on playing the Division 2. Still, if when that season is over with, all that stuff that you were working for, gone. And they have it set up where it's like you pretty much have to grind and play this game day and night, put hours into it just to grind through this season pass. That's a scam, bro. That's a scam, and people, they can say, oh, it's like trying to defend it. It's a scam. You're not going to change my mind on that. So anyways, let's get to the video game Skull and Bones, right? So that's a video game where I remember seeing it for the first time. I was like, wow, a pirate video game? I haven't really see this too often. I did remember when not Skull and Bones, Sea of Thieves had came out, but I wasn't really into it like that and stuff. I'm like, I should play it and see what it's all about and things. But anyways, Skull and Bones came out, and playing that game at first, wasn't really a fan. I was like, nah, I wasn't really into it like that, and so anyways, fast forward, I end up getting back into it. I end up I guess like giving it a chance this time around. And no, this time around, I actually was having fun with it. I was like, nah, man, this game is, it's a little confusing at times, but I will say that what they have you do at times, like, it can be fun. It can be decent. And so I was playing the game heavily. And then Ubisoft came out with this trailer. They said that they were going to add land combat to the game. And I'm like, oh, I cannot wait for that. All right. So anyways, I stopped playing the game, got caught up playing other games. And then, then the one video game, Windrose, came out. And I was like, all right, cool. Play a little bit of this game. That game had me sold on building castles. Like, I seen the trailer, how they were building a castle. And I'm like, fam, I gotta build me a castle at some point in time in that game. But anyways, no, overall though, it got me thinking about Skull and Bones, and I'm like, I remember they said that they actually, prior before even getting into Windrose, so I bought Skull and Bones on Steam. And no, and what's crazy is that, and I don't know why they have it set up that way. Like, my thing is this. If that's the case, have it where your games are only being sold on Ubisoft Connect. But when you buy a game on Steam, I'm not trying to sign in and keep having to sign in, and I'm already, so I went to go play Skull and Bones, and they're like, you have to sign in, even though I was already signed in, because I think it was before I played or tried to play Skull and Bones. I think I was playing the Division or something, and I was already signed into my Ubisoft account. Then when I went to go play it on Steam, then I had to sign in again, and I'm like, fam, all this signing in stuff, I just want to play the game. Why can you guys not treat this like Xbox or PlayStation and just have it set up where it's like the game just automatically always stays signed in? Why I gotta keep signing in just to play a video game? So that's why I was all like, nah, bro, forget it. I don't even want to play that game. Then Windrose came out. No promotion, no nothing. We just seen this game come out. Game came out, played it at first, wasn't really a fan, watched the trailer, seen that they were building castles. That made me into a fan, because I'm like, I want to build me a castle, So it's that kid in me where you see how much you can have fun with a video game. Yeah, you can't pass up on the opportunity and stuff. But my thing is this though, right? Windrose, hold on for a second. Let me open up Steam. Windrose is only $29.99 with Skull and Bones. Hold on for a second. Also being $29.99. And then they have the year 2 content where it's $39.99. Then they got premium edition year 2, which is $59.99. And then they got some seasonal stuff. I don't know if that comes with well, I don't think it does. I don't know. But anyways, they got seasonal box, and then they got seasonal boatload, where the seasonal box is $24.99, and then the seasonal boatload is $59.99. So let's just say I wanted to buy the premium version of Skull and Bones, and then the DLCs, $144.97, where all it is just, like, it's probably some cosmetic stuff, but there ain't no new missions. There's no, like, maybe there might be some new areas to explore. I don't know. But overall, though, I think it's mainly cosmetic stuff. I think that's, like, the main selling point of Skull and Bones, because I think for the most part, you could play the game without having to get, like, no DLCs or any of that stuff. So, anyways, and there's another game where I'm like, I wanted to talk on it because it was Riders Republic. That's another Ubisoft game. Let me just throw this in there before I get to talking more about Skull and Bones. But anyways, so they have a version of Riders Republic where they charge you all this money, but it's only for year 1 content. So I remember I had went and bought the game off of one of those Steam key websites, or I think it was a Ubisoft key, but it was still cheaper and stuff. And it was only year 1 content, but with the amount of money that they ask for when you get it from either Ubisoft Connect or Steam, and it's like, I think over $100, and I'm like, fam, for over $100, you should be able to get whatever exists in this game, and some, but anyways, getting back to Skull and Bones. So I was playing this game heavily, but then that whole login crap had went down, so I stopped playing it. And then fast forward, Windrose came out, was been playing this game a little bit, and then it kind of was just taking me some time, but it had me thinking about Skull and Bones, because I'm like, okay, this game got zombies, they got crabs, they got boars, they got these blue birds. I'm trying to think of what other enemies that they have. Oh, and then then the pirates and stuff. Then they have they have land combat. Then they also have naval combat. Skull and Bones started, reappearing in my head and stuff. So I went ahead and I looked up Skull and Bones land, I'm trying to think. I think I was either watching a video, and what's crazy, it just happened maybe like an hour or two ago before I started recording this podcast episode. Not even less than an hour. Less than an hour. So, but I can't remember if I was watching a video or where I had seen that at. I think I might have been watching a video. I think it was Big Fry TV, and he was covering Windrose, and I think he might have mentioned it in there. It was either him or might have been somebody else. But anyways, regardless, it was brought to my attention that the land combat update that they did a whole trailer about, Ubisoft, is canceled. So they're not going to add it because they wanted to improve the naval combat. Ubisoft, you guys are scammers. I'm going to just flat out say it. Y'all are scammers. To me, it doesn't make no sense that you guys done came out with multiple video games over the years, and the only game it seems that you want people to pay attention to is Rainbow Six Siege. You guys came out with a whole Rainbow Six game after Rainbow Six Siege. You had people buy it. You had people play it. Then you added it to the Xbox Game Pass once when nobody wasn't buying and playing it no more. But my thing is this. What's the reason of coming out with that game if you were just going to pay attention to Rainbow Six Siege? You guys come out with the Division 1. That game was a pretty good game. Then you come out with the Division 2. Game was good at first. Then you decide to add some season pass, and it just ruined the whole game. So now it's like, it doesn't even seem like a reason to even play that game. The Crew series, you guys had a whole video game that was out where you very well could have added an offline mode to that game. It was mainly a story anyways. You shut that video game down. And then I guess my question is when is the Crew 2 gonna shut down? When is the Crew Motorfest gonna shut down? Games that are actually decent, but you guys just want to do some old silly stuff to it. I'm trying, Riders Republic, charging people $100, and it's only year 1 content. Over $100, and it's just year 1 content. Then my thing is this. you guys are going to be coming out with this Assassin's Creed Black Flag remastered, right? You guys are going to come out with that. How buggy is Assassin's Creed Black Flag going to be? That's what I would like to know. I'm like, my thing is this. I just know that when that game comes out, this is what's going to be the videos and the streams and everything else. Oh, yeah, I'm playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and it's buggy. It keeps crashing. Like, Ubisoft, what's the problem? They're scammers. That's the problem. Because my thing is this. If there's companies that have came out with video games cheaper than your guys' games, right? And they're not trying to scam people. They're not adding those season passes. Windrose is a $29.99 video game. Hold on for a second. Let me just make sure I get rid of all this stuff. But hold on for a second because I'm having to go through a lot. But store page, okay. And then on top of that, for the game to be a very positive, everybody's talking about it. And this is just an early access game. This is just what we're seeing right now. And my thing is this. I cannot wait for this game to see its course. And then we really start seeing some stuff with this game. But anyways, $29.99. Oh no, they do have it's the supporter thing where all it is that they it comes with a soundtrack. That's the only DLC that they have with this game. And and I'm like, I'm trying to think, what was I coming here for? I was like, no, that's not what I wanted to. Honestly, I don't know why I had opened up the page, but I know that the game, it's like they have it where it kind of reminds me, if I could talk on Windrose real quick. It kind of has like a No Man's Sky element where you get to make the game how you want to, it to be and things. So if you just kind of want to explore and not really be getting killed left and right by enemies, because they do have combat in the game. So yeah, I went up against crabs, what else? Pirates, zombies, crazy blue birds, then the small brown birds, and then boars, and then these other types of like wild pigs, hogs, things and stuff. Yeah, it's they got a lot going on with that game and stuff, but they have it where you can play the game however you want to play it. So if you want to play it offline, you can do that. Game does kind of have its buggy moments here and there and stuff, but other than that, I'm like, I can see past that versus getting scammed out of my money for a video game where you made promises with it, but you don't go through with those promises. Ubisoft is scammers, bro. Like, they're scammers. Like, people can't convince me otherwise. You guys make promises with video games that y'all don't keep. And even if you want to say some stuff, oh, we don't make promises. We're just... So what's the point of even talking about that stuff if you ain't gonna come out with it? So I'm like, that's why I'm like, hey, look, you know what? Whatever happens with Ubisoft as a company, if one day we look up and they're like, oh, Ubisoft done filed for bankruptcy, all the video games is shutting down, yeah, part of me is going to probably be upset that I didn't spend all my money on these video games just for them to shut down. But a part of me is also going to be happy that more people ain't going to be getting scammed. Because to me, it just doesn't even make any sense where it's like, you guys have been a company for all these years, like 40-something years, I believe, and it just seems like y'all just want to go downhill. Like, y'all ain't even trying to, like, improve your games and make them better and have them, like, no, you just want to do some stuff that don't even matter. I guarantee not. Hold on for a second. Let me just see the last update for Skull and Bones. No, I can't find it there. But let's just see the last update for Skull and Bones and what that update was. So, last update yesterday, they just doing is promoting the year 3 season 1. Maintenance update April 21st, smuggler pass fix and known issues. So fix an issue where smuggler pass infamy challenges were not progressing and rewards were not being granted. The challenges now progress up infamy gain and grant the proper rewards. Improve server stability, known issues. Then then it's just kind of like some stuff I think regarding missions. But other than that, it's like this game's been out since 2024. I feel like this game came out before, because I feel like I was working in Seattle when this game had came out. I don't feel like maybe it came out on PC in 2024, but I feel like that. What is this? I look up. Okay, that's not the video game. I was looking up the video game. I don't know what this other stuff was. Dang, the game did come out in 2024. Why I feel like it came out before? I don't know why I feel like this game came out before. I do not remember it coming out in 2024. That's crazy. I feel like that this game came out like back when I was working in Seattle before 2020 and stuff. But either way, regardless, okay, game's been out for 2 years and it's like, here it is, a game that's only been out for a few days and stuff. When did Rose come out? Hold on for a second. Let's see when exactly this game. April 14th. So the game's been out since for a little over a week now, and that's why I'm like, nah, bro. To me, to have it where a game's been out for a little over a week and they've already done outdid you and your guys's in a game where you done had 2 years to be doing something with it. Yeah, Ubisoft is some scammers, bro. They are. So, but anyways, with that being said, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.